All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Tuesday night, and it's obviously Timex Tuesday. It's funny, it's 2 days in a row that I've had Timex watches here on the channel, and that's always a good thing. I love Timex watches. They're always bringing out something neat. You guys are going to know this watch. It's the most popular watch from Timex available right now. That is if you can actually get one, which is really hard. And I want to thank Tim Walls for sending this watch out to the channel. He's actually really cool that he's letting me actually unbox this watch pretty much. I mean, it's not in a box, but the plastic is still on it and everything like that. That's really cool. And also, I want to show you guys real quick here. This is Tim's dad, Chris, a friend of mine I've actually met recently in Pennsylvania when I was out there. He makes these watch stands and he sends them out to some YouTubers. He sent me a all copper tubing one, which is really cool. I got to show that again on the channel here because it's patinaed really nice. But he's making these oak and copper ones also. And at my 10,000 watch giveaway, this exact rack here, watch stand, I should say, is going to be given away here on the channel, as well as the 4 watches you see there. We've got actually 3 from Aviate, and this one is the Mondragon Angel Falls. That's going to be the first place winner watch, as well as the watch stand. The other 3 watches will be given away separately to other winners. But so guys, stay tuned because we're going to get to 10,000 subscribers here really soon. Let's go ahead and adjust the camera angle and we'll take a look at the Timex Q, a really awesome offering, a reissue from Timex Watch. All right, guys, so again, a big shout out to the Walls family. Thanks for guys for letting me take a look at this watch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open the box. Now, as you get with most of these special edition Timex watches, they come in these nicer boxes. We looked at the Todd Snyder last night, the MS1, and this one comes in a very similar box. A little bit different writing there on top, of course, because this is not a collaboration watch, but overall the same box. So guys, the Timex Q, this is a reissue of a watch that was built back in 1979. Guys, this from Timex has been probably the most popular reissue of any watch they've done as of late. This watch is like sold out a couple of different times. I've seen titles of videos, I haven't watched them yet, where they said the Timex Q broke the internet. So super popular watch. This is actually a reissue of a diver style watch from 1979. All the information is up there in the top of the box, and if you guys want to pause it there, you can take a look at that and read that. But I really want to get the watch out of here and take a look at it. Now, as you guys can see there in the background, I do have the caliper out because I'm not really sure of any of the sizes on this watch, but we'll get that out of the way here. So again, Tim, I can't believe you're letting me take the plastic off the watch. Thank you. Very cool that I get to do that. And I don't edit my videos, guys, so you're going to just have to bear with me as I unwrap the plastic off this watch and get it set aside and out of the way. I will be sure to send the plastic back with the watch, Tim. I'm sure you want the plastic. Some people do. I think it's actually a pretty good idea if you want to keep the plastic. So it looks like just a little case back sticker there on the back. So guys, the Timex Q, and oh wow, I even get to do this, guys, the magical, pull out the little plastic crown holder here. Oops, and I'll pick that up here in a minute. And I get to, well, let's get the hands in a good position first. I'm going to put them here at 10:10 because that's where everybody wants to see them. And we'll talk about this little watch, guys. Now, like I said, this watch is just so popular because it really has this impressive retro styling. Now, in 1979, guys, I was a whopping 9 years old. Now, I know a lot of you guys were like, wow, you were 9 in 1979. You're really old now. And that's pretty much true. But anyways, I remember these watches, or this style watch coming out. I don't remember them being this really beautiful and shiny. I don't know if Timex is doing something a little different, but they really look good. Now, this is a bi-directional bezel, as you guys can see here, and it's a GMT, what I would call a GMT style bezel, I guess, because you can keep track of 2 time zones with that bezel going through from the 1 to 12 position there. Really great layout, almost a patina to the Lume on this watch. I would definitely say that is a vintage style patina. Now, I'm not sure if this watch actually has any Lume, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is not going to be a Indiglo model. Anyone that is usually an Indiglo model has it indicated there on the dial. It's really neat that they have the day and the date function on this watch over here at the 3 o'clock position. Very simple Timex quartz movement in this watch. I'm not exactly sure where the movement is made. Perhaps when we flip it over and take a look at the back, will see that. Now, it's really great styling on the watch. We'll get into the dimensions, but one of the things I want to point out to you guys here is the hidden lugs on this watch. A very classic, styling cue from the 1970s. That was a really neat thing to put on watches, and I really think it looks great. Let's go ahead and fire up the caliper. Now I have it zeroed. Ooh, let's go ahead and zero that out. There we go. And yeah, let's go ahead and take some measurements side to side on the case, not including the crown on the watch. Comes in at 38 millimeters, which is pretty standard from what I've heard and read on the watch. 45 from lug to lug, or the hidden lug to the hidden lug. So it's going to be really nice size there. And you have 12.4 millimeters of thickness to the top of the domed acrylic crystal. This has a very, traditional style domed acrylic crystal like you would want to see on a Timex from the 1970s. It's funny, we've gone away from this material, but you see a lot of watches now, a lot of newer watches, micro brands coming out, and they're bringing back the acrylic crystal. I think there's just something soft and nice about the acrylic crystal. There's something very warm about the feel of that acrylic crystal. It obviously has just some great effects to it. You don't need to really use AR coating. It just has a really, really nice look to it, and it's easily polished out. If you get scratches in your acrylic crystal, it's pretty easy to get that cleaned up and taken care of. So like I said, the bezel on the watch is going to be a 12-hour bezel, so it's very functional and nice. Clean little, almost a Mercedes style hand there, as you would call it, at the hour hand. And then you have this nice stick hand over here for the minute hand, and that little pop of red on the seconds hand. So guys, these watches, if you can find one, they're $179 at the Timex website, but they are very, very difficult to find, to be honest with you. I don't see a whole lot of them for sale, and every time they go up for sale, they seem to sell out super quickly, and as people say, they tend to break the internet. So looking at the side of the case, you guys can see there's very nice polishing done. It has this nice little bevel on the underside of the case, which is going to make it conform to the wrist well. Really what I would consider top-notch polishing for a Timex watch. Brushed on the top, as you would expect to see on the top of the hidden lugs, but then it continues with the polishing even underneath the bezel of the watch. Nice coin edge bezel on the watch, and you can see that domed crystal. No signature on the crown, but very, very well done. Now I will go ahead and fire up, well, the caliper's already fired up. I want to give you guys a lug opening measurement. Even though they're hidden lugs, I'm sure you could actually get a strap on there. So they're going to come in at 18. If you wanted to put like a quick release Barton strap on this watch or something, I'm sure it'd be fine. So let's go ahead and not dim the lights. Let's go ahead and pause it, get this watch on the wrist, and then we'll just go ahead and see if there's any lume actually on the watch. All right, well, I'm just going to say it. This watch looks awesome on my wrist, I have to admit. 7-inch wrist, the watch fits perfectly. That lug to lug of 45 millimeters and, the side to side, of 38. It's just spectacular. It wears well. Not only that, this bracelet, this retro stainless steel bracelet with the clasp here, very vintage feel, and it's so, so comfortable. I didn't talk a lot about the bracelet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to kind of pull it off the wrist here and show you guys now that you've seen it on my 7-inch wrist. It is so supple and comfortable. We also didn't take a look at the case back, so I'm going to flip it over here really quickly, and we'll take a look at what that says there, if you guys can read that. So it has some of the information as far as, it looks like it's, so let's see, can I read that? Let me bring it up here a little bit closer with the zoom. All right, so we've got assembled in China, stainless steel, water resistant to 50 meters. So that's good, 50 meters, that's pretty good. You can see the 4 screws holding the case back on there, and a very easy access for the battery. I really like that. I think that's a great addition. You just turn that, and it's going to, of course, probably somewhere on there, yep, there's your cell number right there. It's going to give you the actual battery that you're going to replace, or put in this watch when you need to replace it. So let's go ahead and dim the lights and see if this watch has any lume on it. All right, guys, so I cheated a little bit, and I actually hit it with the light beforehand just because I couldn't stand it. I didn't know if it actually had any lume, and I didn't know. But yeah, it's got lume, and it's actually really, really good lume on the watch. I'm pretty impressed. $179, like I said, if you guys can actually find one of these, I think it's worth it. It really takes me back, to be honest with you. Like I said, I was a kid when these watches came out. And this is just a really cool kind of, dive styled, GMT style. It's just got a whole lot going with it, this Coke bezel and whatnot on the watch. It looks really good, guys. So, all right. Thanks to Tim and Chris Walls out there in Pennsylvania, guys. Thanks so much for sending the watch and the rack out, the watch stand out to check out here on the channel. And guys, stay tuned because 10,000 subscribers is coming up soon, and we're going to be giving away a whole lot of stuff here on the OFD channel. All right, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.